Hello, everyone. Hello, chat. I'm gonna quick say hi to Mo. What's up, Mo? What's up,
Mo?
Edwin? Hello.
Good.
And hello, Max. Max Santiago in the house. Everyone, I'm here tonight with Adam Miller, or AM, as no one calls him.
Yeah, I don't think anyone does.
Yeah.
No.
He has created some cool artwork, which is why he's here. And he's graced us with his presence for a night of joy and intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
who are you and what do you do?
My name is Adam Miller. Some people call me AM. And I am an artist. Mostly do painting stuff, but I actually started in like comic books, doing pencils and stuff like that. But switched to digital work, and once I did that, I kind of got into the painting side of things, and that's what I started doing mostly. Worked in indie comics or indie video games for a little while, and then came back into comics a couple years ago.
Awesome. Do you prefer doing pencils or doing like the painting stuff?
I usually like doing whatever it is that I'm not doing. Like if I'm painting, I kind of wish I was drawing, and if I'm drawing, I wish I was painting. So yeah, I like them both though.
Golly, that sounds confusing. Strange juxtaposition.
Yeah. If I'm painting or if I'm making a painting, I wish I was drawing, or making a video game or doing comics. I'm always usually wanting to do whatever the opposite of what I'm doing is.
Well, Mo says he am what he am, like Popeye. That's good. What comics did you work on?
Mostly interior or covers and pinups and stuff like that. I don't know, all kinds of different ones. Nothing like mainstream or anything like that.
Well, we're independent here, so
that's right. Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah, a lot of people that maybe your viewers are familiar with, kind of in the CG arena realm, whatever you want to call it.
Iron Age and all that stuff.
Correct. Yeah. The whole sphere.
Yeah. So what made you want to be an artist? Were you always an artist?
Yeah, I think so. When I was a kid, I was always drawing. I think it was comic books, really. That's what got me into drawing. And whenever, I was in probably first grade when I really started. But yeah, I was really into the X-Men, really into Spider-Man. So I would just sit down and copy entire pages, of X-Men or Spider-Man, and just do my best, as a little, however old you are, 7-year-old.
A little dude.
Yeah, a little fella. But that's where I got started, and I just kept on drawing. Yeah, mostly comic stuff.
So, for X-Men, are you liking X-Men 97, or are you watching it at all?
I am. I didn't want to, but I was convinced by all the hubbub online about it, and it's really good, I think.
The hubbub?
Really like the hubbub.
What's the hubbub, bub?
Exactly. Ooh, Wolverine. He wouldn't say what's the hubbub. But yeah, I need to see the newest episode.
I was quoting Bugs Bunny.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, Bub. No, the newest episode is crazy. I've watched them all. I never got into X-Men at all when I was a kid. Oh, really? I was more of a Gargoyles.
Okay, yeah.
Like DuckTales.
Yeah.
Kind of. Animaniacs kind of kid. But I saw the first 3 movies, like live action X-Men movies, and that's it.
Yeah.
That has been my entire experience of X-Men. So watching
X-Men 97, yeah, that's probably like it's a lot different than the movies.
Yeah.
And it's a lot better.
Is it? Okay, so I'm told that it's closer to being the X-Men, the essence of the X-Men, than the movies are.
Yes, the X-Men movies are okay as movies, not so great as X-Men movies, I think. But yeah, you should go back and watch the original X-Men cartoon also whenever you're done with X-Men 97.
I'll be watching it in the backwards way.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's funny because growing up, it was similar to what happened with Star Wars. I didn't watch 4, 5, and 6 growing up at all, but I saw 1, 2, and 3 because they came out as I was Anakin's age. Like I literally grew up as Anakin's age, who was 11 in the first one, and so was I, and going on. Well, that meant that when I turned, I think I was like 30 by the time I actually watched the OG trilogy.
Oh yeah.
And that meant I watched them in order. Like I watched them in chronological order.
Right. Yeah, you watched them out of order, but in order.
Yeah. I watched them in the order nobody else did. So
right. That's probably an okay way to watch that, I think, though. I mean, since it's in chronological order.
The thing is, it did bother me though, because the first time I tried to watch it, they showed me this DVD version, and they're in the middle of the desert, and there's this like weird creature walking, and I was like, "What is that? Why is that computer?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "That doesn't belong there. Why is that there? It looks weird." And I made them take it out and put in the VHS because it was too distracting. I was like, "It looks like it belongs in episode 1. Why is that there?"
I know. They don't make it available either, like to watch the original version of it. So you got to deal with all those, especially like in Return of the Jedi. There's that terrible music scene in Jabba's palace, and you got to watch it. I mean, you can fast forward it, but there's no option to not have that stupid scene.
Well, when I watch episode 1 now, I just skip over most of the pod racing scene, and the movie is already greatly improved, skipping over the middle, like the entire middle of pod racing. And it's like, oh wow, I'm already happier.
Yeah, I need to see if there's like fan edits or something, because I know there is, but I've never watched them. I think there's some good versions of it where it gets rid of all the stupid parts.
Yeah.
But the first movie would probably be like 30 minutes long to just watch the cool parts.
See, but as an 11-year-old, stuff like Jar Jar, that was for me, and I actually liked Jar Jar.
So, sure, yeah. I mean, people hate on all the. I mean, Star Wars movies are for kids, I think. So, have goofy critters and stuff in there. It's
critters.
It's great.
The Machine Lies has come in and says greetings. Actually, Max, I was just gonna ask him that, and then I got sidetracked with all that stuff. And so we'll answer that in a second. But Mo said when he's painting, he's wishing he was drawing. When he's asked what books he's worked on, he wishes he was asked a different question.
I just don't have any cool books to throw out there. I mean, I've done. Yeah, people are getting their godlike stuff in. I did some work on that. Who else?
Well, yeah, people are into godlike. Don't be afraid to say what you've done, man. You should be proud.
Honestly, I can't even remember. I need a picture up of stuff because I've done a lot of fan art contests, so it's hard to remember what was real and what was fan art.
What was real?
Yeah, real stuff. I've done a lot with Mike Barron. Most of his projects, except for the newest Nexus, but I have something in his Nexus after that. I've done a piece for him. I think I did a National Lampoon's Vacation homage cover for his Florida Man I think that was a
What?
high-selling cover. Yeah.
Was it? I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow.
Yeah. I want to say that my cover was his highest-selling one. I'm not
Awesome.
positive on that, but yeah, I've done a
Well,
few. Cobalt, I know I did a couple for him, which is...
oh yeah.
I like Cobalt. I think it's kind of an underrated book. If you like street level stuff, that's
Jake's stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever talked to him. I don't
Oh.
think I've talked to him in person, just, over Twitter or whatever.
He's a sweetheart.
But yeah.
I just want to grab his cheeks and just go, "Oh, you're so sweet."
I don't even know what he looks like.
Oh, he looks he looks kind of like his character, but like if his character was a little boy.
Like a little 11-year-old boy.
17, like 18.
Okay.
He kind of looks like that. Not as muscular kind of version of that.
Yeah, well, who is?
Yeah.
But
Greetings.
anyways, yeah, several of them. I was gonna what's up, Machine Lies? But to the inspiration question, most of I'm kind of inspired by different, depending on if I'm painting or drawing or whatever. But as far as painting goes, definitely Joe Jusko is my probably biggest inspiration. All of the 90s Marvel masterpiece artists like the Hildebrandt brothers and Julie Bell, stuff like Boris Vallejo, who did the original Vacation poster.
Well, Boris is a classic for sure.
Oh yeah, and he's so good too. But or even Frank Frazetta, especially with a lot of compositional stuff. I wish I could do like foliage and backgrounds and stuff like Frazetta. Yeah. And a few modern guys. Dave Raposa is one of my absolute favorite artists.
So this guy?
Yeah.
I didn't know if I spelled it right.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. He did like that Namor up in the top corner up there.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he did a lot of the Marvel masterpiece cards. I like his way of rendering. He kind of like for a long time I tried to avoid like the painted on clothes look, which he does, like really painted on look. But I recently I've just been embracing it because I like the way it looks, and I like to paint anatomy and stuff. So I still make it look like clothes, but kind of give it a little bit of a painted on look as well. That Hulk right there is like my favorite image of Hulk, probably.
Right here? Really?
That's the one, yeah. That's what I think of when I think of Hulk. That or Del Keown's, that pencil drawing that everybody's seen of him just standing there.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. That was a Marvel masterpiece card.
Well, he definitely looks scary.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess around with that. Let's see. I wanted to say Mobix a Darkwing Duck. Yes! When you're in trouble, you call DW.
That's right. Let's get dangerous.
Yes!
That's what he said, right?
Song... Yeah, that song has no right to be as good as it is. It could just straight up be on the internet, on the radio, I mean.
Yeah, that song is good. And obviously the cartoon was good, and the game on NES was actually really good too. I used to play that all the time.
Oh wow. I didn't even know there was a game.
There was, yeah, and it's a good one. It's like a side-scrolling, like a kind of like a Mega Man type game.
Oh, cool. Black Ruby Comics is here saying good day. Hello.
What's up?
Mo says that was a good cover. Max likes your artist. Snafu is here. Welcome, Snafu. Awesome. So, what did anything specifically inspire you to move from traditional art into games specifically?
No, like I've been into like comics and games are like both up there for me. These days it's easier to read comics than it is to find time to play games for me these days. But no, I just because I started getting into painting, and there's a much bigger market in games for painted style than there is in comics, and there's a lot more money in it too. Video games pays a lot more than comic book stuff.
Does it? I wonder why.
Yeah. So that helped too.
Do you think it's because people don't want to read?
Yeah, partially. Yeah.
Well, what do you love about art?
About art?
Yeah.
Looking at it or making it?
Anything. What do you love about it? Being an artist, even.
I like making it much more than I do like looking at it. I mean, I like looking at it, obviously, but I'm not the artsy fartsy type that looks at a piece and can like really feel something from it. But I really enjoy, like, I don't know what it is, but it's very cathartic, I guess, just drawing and painting, which has a lot to do with probably the painted style that I do, because it usually takes a while. There's a lot of just hours put into it. Yeah, but I like that. I like making cool looking things too. Superheroes and fantasy characters doing cool stuff.
Mo was saying to check out your Iron Age icons on Fund My Comic. We'll talk about that a little bit in a minute, but you should definitely go and check that out because it looks really awesome. But actually, what motivated you to make the trading card set?
Yeah, so when I first started getting back into the comic side of things, I started doing a lot of fan art contests, and I won a fair amount of them. And I've always wanted to do a trading card set just like the Marvel Masterpieces. Like I said, that's my biggest inspiration are those artists and those pieces that they did for painting. It's always kind of been in the back of my mind, but it was always like, I don't have enough characters myself, so it'd have to be a big group, collaboration. And after a few of the art contests that I won, a few different people were actually talking about that same idea, just doing an Iron Age version of the Marvel Masterpiece cards with all these characters. And so I thought, if I'm not the only one thinking it, so I kind of put it out there to see if anybody would be interested in letting me use their character, and had a really big response on that. So I decided to go ahead and do it.
Well, and you've done a really good job. Like, it's pretty clear that you care about what you're doing, which is nice because you've done a lot of work into it.
Thank you.
How long did this take you?
The whole set, like painting everything.
Well, just this one, for example. How long did this take you?
I don't remember that one specifically. Usually per card, I've actually kind of developed a system, kind of gotten the groove of kind of pumping them out. So some of these I could do in like 2 days, which is really fast, at least for me. 2 days let's say I'm putting in 5 to 10 hour days. I could get them done in a couple days. Some of them would take, 6 hours. Some would take maybe 12 to 15 hours of actual work, which for me is fast. But it's also like, these are specifically they're single characters, on each card. There's not really much of a background. It's not really trying to tell a story, like a big illustration or anything like that. So with all that together and just getting in the groove of doing them, I could knock them out in a couple days, which was cool because my original goal was like to get one done a week. So I was able to get them done a lot faster. I actually finished them up, except for the newest one, about the time the campaign was launching.
So on the back here, on each one, you have all this. I remember you you sent a thing for us to all fill out, and I remember filling it out.
Yep, that's yeah. I'm not using everything. I sent. I mean, it's kind of a long form that you guys filled out. Just in case, like, so I had everything covered. But yeah, it won't have a whole lot of information on the back. But you can see it's got a decent amount. I like to have their real name, their height and weight, what their powers are if they have any, and then a little blurb about them. And the QR code on there will go to like that one on Monster MD. I think it takes you to Von Klaus's Twitter or whatever. So it'll take you to whatever website the creator of that character wants it to go to. So
I like this one a lot because you made him look like tortured.
Yeah, he looks like he's done with a long night of healing a werewolf or something.
Yeah, he's
just done. He needs a nap.
Yeah, he's like, gosh, now I still have to send my clothes off to the laundry.
Yeah, that's his little after operation cigarette.
Yeah. What's up, Felix? Welcome.
Hey.
He's sharing your link as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm so excited to see Egg Beater, and technically I'm involved in more than one of these because I edit and do the voice of Perfect 10.
Oh, you do? So, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
I saw it on here somewhere. Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Yep. There you
that
go.
One.
Sweet.
And
yeah, there's a couple creators who are on a couple different ones technically. I wanted to make sure the team was different at least for each character. But yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's such a it is. It's so good. It's funny because when I did it, I was all excited because I had this image of, I'm gonna go to conventions and be like, I'm the voice of Perfect 10. And then I was like, oh my god, nobody at a convention is gonna know what that is. So I decided I'm gonna try and do it at some point anyway. So when I backed it, I bought the little standee in the anticipation of putting it on a table and being like, that's me.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
It was so
by the
dorky,
time you do it, I'm sure Perfect 10 will be even bigger by the time you do it, so everybody will know who that is. It should be if it's not. So. It's a really good series.
I need to start going anyway. Are you gonna have you done any conventions? Do you go to them?
No. I'm in Tulsa, so we don't really have a whole lot. And we have every now and then Wizard World will come through or something. I think we have one. I was just looking, I think I don't know, sometime in the fall. I may do something for it. I'm not sure. I may bring the cards, but it's kind of who will know these characters? I don't know, but I might do it just for the fun of it. It's pretty cheap to set up. Plus I'll have my video game that I'm making that'll go with my comic book.
Video game that you're making?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm making a game too.
What?
A game and a comic. And they're gonna launch together. Because I came from indie games and stuff, and I can program and do the music and do the sound effects, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm making a video game that'll go along with my comic that probably will launch later this year. But the game demo should be ready in time for that con. So I might try to maybe have it set up and see if I can sell some cards or something.
That sounds really cool. I don't think anyone's done anything like that either. Not
that I've seen. And what I'm planning on doing, the game's not huge. It's kind of a Metroidvania type. I'm aiming for 4 to 6 hours to complete it. It's not going to be a huge game. But
so for somebody like me, it's 25 hours.
It might be. So the demo that I have, I've got the demo made. I just need to go through and fix bugs and add some music that's still missing and stuff. But it takes me knowing how to do everything in it about 25 minutes to beat, which is pretty long for a demo.
What?
And it has puzzles and stuff that you got to solve. So it'll I don't know, might take some people double that for the demo. So it
Oh my
might end up
God.
being more around like a 10-hour game. I'm not sure yet, but
Golly.
yeah.
Oh,
But
wait.
it's cool.
Mo says I'm also the voice of Boss from the Company Men. That's true. Is the Company Men in here?
No,
Oh, yeah, Mo, that's why I didn't say it, because the Company Men's not in the cards.
yeah, we've got the Embrace, which is kind of
Yes.
part of the same crew there. So that's
Yeah, they're
like
both
most of the people I
Australian
kind of
comics make.
I let them kind of pick if they had a bunch of characters to pick from. I just kind of let the creator pick which one they would like to have in it, you know.
Yeah. So, did you get, well, actually, never mind. What was your creative process like when you were designing the cards? Like, was it challenging? Did you have to, you said you developed a system. What is that? Like?
Yeah. So it's a lot easier. So how I normally do things, I'll just talk about that first. Like if say I'm doing a cover for you or something, like typically I will do like 4 to 6 like sketches, like thumbnail sketches, and send them to you. And you know, you would either had an idea already of what you wanted or just tell me, you know, do whatever. I'd send those to you. Then you'd pick one or be like, or you know, I like this from this one and this from this one, and then so I'd do one more. So once we get it, like the composition figured out and what the actual illustration is going to be, then I'll take it, and I'll blow up the thumbnail, and then I'll adjust it a little bit here and there, and then obviously do like a tighter sketch. Then when that's done, send it back to the creator or the whoever I'm working with, and they'll, you know, that's kind of like the best time to make any changes if they want to make changes. Because after that, it goes straight into painting, and like I'm probably gonna have a full day worth of painting, and then every day I usually send it back to the client and let them see the progress and if there's still any changes they need. So we'll do that for a couple days until it's finished. Typically, especially if it has more than one character and more of a background and that sort of thing, you know, those will take more around like 20 hours to do. But that's the process of how I work, which is kind of how I did with the cards. Except here I mean, obviously I can't have, because there's like 40 people involved in this. We can't have 40 different art directors trying to really decide how everything's going to be made. So what I did is I either already had a good idea of what I wanted, or I would do a couple sketches maybe and send them to the creator, depending on if I had a strong feeling one way or another. And once that was approved, I would do a sketch again, you know, a tighter sketch, and get that approved too. And then after that, it was just kind of spend another day or day and a half painting it, and that's pretty much it. So it's a lot faster.
Yeah, I remembered I was shocked when you sent me the like black and white, like pencil version of Egg Beater. I was like, I just thought you'd do whatever. And then I would see it at the end. I was like, oh, that's nice of him to ask if I like it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I wanted to make sure you still like it, and that it's a, you know, like a good representation of the character. I don't want to get something totally wrong, you know.
Oh, well, Egg Beater's hard to get wrong. So good job.
He's one of the easier designs to do. He's fun too, like his face, doing all the little shiny little specularities on the nasty, gross parts of his face and stuff. He's fun.
I'm gonna bring that up. He is fun. I'm gonna bring it up. Yeah. I'm like, I'm so excited about it. I'm like, I didn't do this at all, but I love it.
Yeah. Well, that's the idea. Yeah, I wanted to give everything, like, because all you and everybody else can use the image for anything that you want to. So,
like, that looks gnarly.
Make sure. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You put the gross part of his head like in the light.
I know.
Gave him like a creepy eggshell head thing going on. Like, Yeah,
Mhm.
that's gnarly. I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. I like his hair lip thing he's got going.
Yes, because he can't. So he can't swallow, so he's all dribbly, and he has to go.
Mm.
That's his thing. And it's cool because like you made it look really real and kind of juicy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Like there are a few characters who have a bit like their books are very stylized, you know. So that was one of the challenges of making the card set was getting it all to look like it maybe could all exist in the same space, you know, and just kind of still look like that character, but still also be in my style. Yeah.
Yeah, you did a good job. Like I don't know, he looks angry, but he also looks like tortured. You know, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
You
Thank
did a
you.
really
I'm
good
glad
job.
you like it. Thank you.
Yeah, like I can see the pain in his eye, but like also the the anger.
Yeah.
And
I remember
he's all droopy and gooey.
I was trying to make him look scary on one side and then just like kind of sad on the other side, but also that side's in the dark, so you have to really be
Yeah,
looking at it.
that is the side that would be in the dark too, because the sad part. Yeah, you did a great job.
Yeah. So
I
when I
dig
look
it.
at art, I'm not artsy fartsy, but when I'm making art, I get all artsy fartsy with it and try to think of stuff like that.
Well, that's good. I like how
Yeah.
his thing is all shiny too. Like it
Mm-hmm.
looks shiny, but like and it's reflecting the blood maybe, or the red light, who knows, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's tight.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and I noticed this, the
yeah.
threads. That
Yeah.
is an excellent detail. Very nice.
Yeah. He's a kind of scary dude. You gotta mess him up a little bit.
Yeah. How did you
Knowing
do
him
this?
looking.
The blood. It's
It's
like
just
you've got old stain looking parts, and
yeah.
then you've got like it builds on itself until it's just
Yeah, that's what I usually
newer,
do.
like
Yeah, go and do a layer of the splatter and stuff, and then I'll kind of erase it because it's digital, to make it look a little older, and then I'll get a slightly fresher color and go over it again with the splatters and stuff. But yeah, that's exactly what I was going for.
it looks great.
Good. Yeah, like I said, thanks for being a part of it. He was fun to paint. It might
I'm so
be
glad.
the only like horror, or no, he's not the only one. There are a couple, but definitely the scariest one out of the bunch.
Really?
Mm.
Oh, I
I'm
like how it
thinking,
looks like he's about to step through like he's leaning
yeah,
through the frame.
yeah. Yeah, I tried to give it a little bit of three-dimensionality there.
I know it's me gushing about my character, but I don't care.
That's
He
good.
looks badass.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like my eyes are tearing up a little bit because I love it so much. Black Ruby Comics said these cards are the most badass things I've seen in a long time. Even if kept in Australia from shit didn't win the draw. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Yeah, he was trying to get in with we did a round of voting to pick the very last character, like with the back.
Oh, the final one
to vote. Yeah, and he was in there, but he didn't get selected. But I'd like to paint him sometime too. If I do another set, he'll be in for sure.
Well, I'm just glad Eggbeater got in there.
Yeah.
Superheroes in training. Oh, okay. I get it. That's funny. Yeah. Now that I'm gushing about friggin' Eggbeater. How do you balance your time, since you're making video games, drawing comics, and making the card set and managing all that stuff? How are you balancing all that?
I'm missing a lot of sleep.
Oh no.
Well,
Why is it that way for all of us? None of us sleep. What is up with that?
I know. I know. Well, I got kids I got to watch in the morning and then the day. Of course, now my youngest is now in kindergarten, and it's like an all day thing. So that's how I find the time during the day. So I don't know. It's project management really. Like I said, the video game will be. It's basically got a demo ready. So I put it and the comic on hold to do these cards. So once we're done with these, I'll get back into. I'll finish up the demo and then I'll start on the comic again. And once I get a bunch of that done, then we'll have the campaign for that. So it's really just knowing what to put on hold and that sort of thing. Really, I don't know where I find the time.
You're
Not
like,
enough time in the day, that's for sure.
I just pretend that I slept and keep going.
Yeah. Yep.
Golly, wow. So what do you hope that people take away from the cards?
Man, really, this is like the whole project was like it was definitely born out of like a community feeling, I guess. So I hope it's something like for people that are fans of these characters, it gives them something cool to own, and like for the creators, it gives them something to be a part of. That a lot of times, indie creators are kind of in their own corner doing their own thing, and it's kind of an isolated thing. So this is kind of another way to kind of just bring them all together, the readers, the creators. And I really hope a lot of these cards, so every character that's in here is really cool, or they've got real good books, or whatever, all the above. So I hope there are some cards, because when I was a kid, like I had like my Marvel cards, and I would not know anything about a character, but I had the card, and I would be like a fan of that character, like just reading about him on the card, like in the art, and then maybe go and like Beta Ray Bill. I wasn't around yet when the Walt Simonson run on Thor was, so I didn't know who Beta Ray Bill was, but I was a huge fan. And then, I went and when I was a little bit older, when got a lot of those old comics and started reading them. So I'm hoping people will do that sort of thing. If they come through here and I'm like, yeah, I don't know who this is, but he's like cool looking. And then on the back of the card, obviously, is the information on where to find that book if they're interested. So I hope some of those, especially the smaller creators, characters, maybe they'll get just a few more eyes on their books and stuff.
Oh, and people will see your artwork and be like, "Wow, he's awesome." So that's
that
nice.
too. Yeah, obviously, it was also really good for the portfolio. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
That's covering up a character that dropped out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. I went ahead and covered him up. I need to update like almost everything on that page, because that's Chiron Morvell is the character that replaced it. And yeah, I just need to put that on all the pictures. It's a lot of work just going through and editing picture by picture and all that.
Oh, I bet.
I do need to do it.
Not that. But I mean, even just this is like so many.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not all of them. That's what I had done in time for the campaign, I think.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's check out the rewards here.
Let's
make it bigger. There we go. All right, what do we have here? What is this? What's this?
Okay, so this is
this guy.
For $55. This is basically my featured tier if it was like on Indiegogo or something. And it's kind of you're getting a little like everything on the campaign, pretty much. So you're gonna get the art book, which the art book is a hardcover, and it's oversized, like a 9 by 12 book. So it's pretty big, and it's gonna have all the art from everything in it, and it's gonna be high quality, like a Smithsonian binding, all that sort of thing.
Oh wow!
So really nice quality book. And you're going to get the complete set of the cards, which will come in that cool little box there. And if you buy the book and the card set, which this tier does, you'll get the special collector's card number 2, which is that armature guy right there. And that's going to be, right now the plan is to have the special collector's cards be metal. I think the price and everything is working out on that. So if it's not, it'll still be cool in some way. It'll be like a hollow foil or something cool. So yeah, and you get a digital version of the, I don't remember the art gallery, which will be a more inclusive version of the art book.
Do you have the prototype still? I thought I saw that.
Oh yeah,
you had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see that.
Let's see. So here's the, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
This is the complete set. It comes with this really cool box. You can see it's like a, I want to give it like the premium feel for everything.
Sure.
So the box itself is a kind of a fancy style box here. And you'll see on the inside, it's got these are not the cards. These are just an example of what they'll look like in there. And on the inside, there's a big mural of all the characters.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then it'll have all the characters' names in there. So pretty cool little fancy box. I know like storage is a big problem with all the cards that a lot of people get from backing all these campaigns, because you get a card or two with almost every one.
Yep.
So there you go. No problems here. You just stick it in the box.
Cute.
And there you go.
And those were just like filler cards to know what it would look like.
Yeah. I just put a bunch of the amount of cards that are going to be in there, just so it could kind of give you an idea of how they sit in there, which fills it up perfectly. And yeah, so I really like this box. It was fun to design.
That's a cute little box.
It's a cute little box.
All right, so it comes with the complete card set, the hardcover art book. I dig it. That's a big book too.
It's a big one. Oh yeah.
The collector's card and a digital art gallery, so that you can have them all digitally.
Yes.
Use them as like a phone background, whatever ones you like a lot.
Yeah, do it.
And then this is the complete set with the deluxe box.
Yep. So basically what I showed you a minute ago, the if you just want the card set, that'll be the tier you want to back.
Perfect.
Or you can
and then you can just buy the book separate.
For $35, which is a pretty decent price for anybody that's bought hardcover big books before.
Yeah. That is a very good price.
It'll be however many cards there end up being, plus I mean there's like a minimum for I think 48 pages minimum, so it could be more than that. We'll see how funding goes.
Well, you can always pad it out with like an intro and
right. I'd like to do some like process stuff, because of course I have the versions of the cards, maybe not all of them, but maybe some of them, to show how like we talked about the process.
Yeah.
Maybe put some of that stuff in there, a little behind the scenes
people like
stuff.
seeing that too.
Yeah.
But it won't have this guy on it.
No, he won't be on there. I told you it was a pain in the neck trying to edit all those pictures.
Yeah. Then we have this. Do you have this thing?
Yeah, I do. Right here. This is my favorite reward on the whole campaign. So it's just like you go into the comic shop, and they, or at least they used to have the cards that you go up and you get some packs out of it. Here's a pack here. Got the cool foil thing. So this thing has,
you can, if you have like a bookstore or whatever, you could sell them.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with them. I don't care. You can sell them. You can put them up on yourself. So here's how the box comes like this, and then it pops open.
Oh,
into like
I see.
Display thing. If you want to, want it opened, or you can close it, whatever. So it pops up into a little display thing. But that
is cool.
I really like it because this kind of brings me back to going to the shop, or even like the grocery store where I bought most of my cards, and getting the packs out, and then of course you go home and open the packs and see what you got. But this is If you do want packs of cards, which I know some people do like the packs themselves, you can see this is 14. There are 14 packs per box, and you get this for the same price that you would pay for eight packs of cards. So you're getting a lot more, and you get the cool box too. So if you want packs of cards, I definitely recommend doing this.
That is a cool
it
box.
Comes in the cool box. Yeah, exactly. And I didn't mention there are sketch cards. That's all right. You don't have to zoom in on that. There are sketch cards. On the campaign, there's a 1 in 10 chance of getting a sketch card in every pack, and every box that we just showed you will have at least one somewhere in that. Could have more, but at least one will be in there.
Sketch cards. That's these.
Yep, there you go. So yeah, those are the sketch cards. There are, I think, 4 different, maybe 5 different characters that I'm going to do, and I'll just kind of do a bunch of different versions, but here's one, my little practice card here. So it'll look basically like that. So you get a sketch card. It's ink and markers and a little bit of white paint. So
for the highlighting, of course, because you're a professional.
That's right. That's right.
Let's see. You can just buy the packs alone.
Single pack, $6, which is pretty decent price for anybody who's been buying cards lately. There are 8 cards in a pack.
Then you got a double set. Nice.
Yeah, and it's also for a pretty good price. $25 for one, and if you want 2, it's only $35. Oh, $40. $40, I mean.
That's the sketch cards. Then you're taking commissions.
Yeah. So I'm doing these are physical commissions. They're on 11x17 Bristol board. And they're going to be kind of like the sketch cards. It's ink and markers and white paint and stuff like this. Like those here, I have. This is one of them that is on there, so you can see it.
That's huge.
Do what?
That's huge.
Yep. So you can get that.
Oh, that's the full comic page thing.
Yep. Full comic Bristol board here. But you'll get a $275 for one of these. It's kind of in the same style of the Iron Age icons, so it's a single character with a kind of simple background, that sort of thing. But that is definitely the cheapest way. If you do want some art from me, that's the cheapest way to do it, and it's physical, so you can do whatever you want. If you want to use it maybe for a pin-up or a cover or something, and then you can sell it, whatever you want to do.
Few artists do that now, where they say they have a thing on their campaign where they can be hired for commissions. I think Shanth and Jetty, he did that just for heads, I think, because his paintings are so crazy.
They're very involved. He's awesome.
Yeah,
I think like Graham Nolan was doing that too. Yeah,
that's a good idea. I think get a little more. I think so. Get people a deal, without it being, shady, like a real deal.
Right. Yeah. So I've gotten more of those than I figured I would. So that's cool.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. But if you guys, anybody out there wants a commission, that's the cheapest and probably the best way right now to get them.
Black Ruby says, can't wait to see this game and comic. Well, the cards are not to his game or comic.
Yeah,
the cards are...
That actually, the dude we're looking at right there, the armature, he will be in the comic. So he will be in it.
Oh, okay.
And that commission piece I just showed you, that's another guy from the comic. So some of the characters are. But that's not... The game doesn't have anything to do with this project.
So, Chokeslam and Armature are in your game and comic?
Yes. So the comic is called Chokeslam. So he's the titular character there.
Real name unknown. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Gotta wait and find out.
Mo says Shanth painted an epic RO that Bancroft uses as a doormat in his backyard shack. Not surprising.
Bogans.
A real
What you gonna do?
Did I say real dill?
A real deal.
Is that how I talk?
I didn't hear that, but I don't know. Where are you from?
I'm from Colorado.
Oh, okay.
So my accent isn't that crazy. Yeah. It's not, Southern or...
Right. I'm from Oklahoma, so you can probably hear a little bit of that in my voice.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, a little.
It's like a middle ground between mine and like Tennessee, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Her accent tonight is sleepy time Yonglish. I was trying to hide it. None of us. We were just talking about how none of us sleep. Like,
I know.
Yeah. I don't sleep. You don't sleep. Nobody's sleeping. We're all just tirelessly working away to give you all our souls in the form of artwork of various kinds. I'm no artist, but like my writing is my art. Yeah, Mo's dad was from Oklahoma. Doxed.
Sure. Oh.
Yeah, and this is all very well put together. I haven't seen a single typo, which is nice. I pretty much see a typo in every single campaign that I see, and I haven't seen one yet. No. My glasses are off, but
there's probably one in there.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that there's nothing obvious.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. I'm gonna look now, but no.
Okay, well, you let me know. You look over this all night. It's always nice.
It's nice to see that there's nothing obvious for sure. Yeah, it looks very good, well put together. And you've only been a month, and it's at over 5,000, which is sick.
Yeah.
You've got only 14 days to go. Are you gonna ever do the cards, this set of cards again?
Like make this available somewhere else, you mean?
Yeah, like will you a reprint, or will you put it on a storefront or anything?
I'm not sure yet. I might. If I do, it'll be like a second printing, like on the back, like something will probably mention that it is a second printing or something like that. The special collector's cards, no, those are only for the campaign. So if you are signed up to the mailing list, you'll get the first one, and like if you order the book and the card set, you'll get the second one, and that'll be the only way to get those two. But I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I might overprint it a little bit, so I have some to sell later, like at a con, or maybe it'll be another second.
I think these would do really well at a con too.
You think so?
Yeah, because like it's quick and easy to do. Somebody can be like, oh, I'll grab that. I'll grab one of those little silver packs. I could see people just grabbing it as a way to have something, and
cool.
That would be. I think that would do really well.
Yeah, we may. I guess like use the display box and set it out there, like with the card packs in it.
Yeah,
it's not a bad
idea. Like that. I'll probably. That's a good value for anything at a convention.
Yeah. I'll probably. I'm not sure to what extent, but yeah, I'll probably sell it beyond this somehow.
Sure. Are you gonna do I think you had said you were, but are you gonna do other like runs in the future of more characters?
I'd like to. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know if I would do one as big as this one because it took so long. But I would like to, like on the box it says Series 1. So I wanted to leave room for a Series 2 or a villain series or that sort of thing. So I'd like to, yeah. I think if people want it, then I'd be happy to make it because it is fun.
There you go. You could do a creatures series too of like weird monsters and stuff.
Yeah, I think monsters, like creatures, are my favorite thing to paint. So that would be fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then you should do that.
I should. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot
can
of,
we watch the trailer?
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
Well, yeah, obviously. Wait, you're
Let's
here.
do it.
Why not?
Why not?
Are you is it going to have music that I can't use on YouTube, or is it yours?
It's what's it called? Free to use.
Oh,
music.
Public whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, public whatever. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I always say. I'm just like, public whatever. It's a thing that I can use. Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out this trailer.
Whoa. What is this?
That's our art contest winner, if you can believe that.
Adam Miller is incredible artist. Absolutely crushing it right now. We should artists killing me. I'm only going for the art.
There
Dun,
it
dun, dun, dun,
is.
dun, 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 dun. So is Tiger Blue still in there?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
funny. I was involved in Tiger Blue as well.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
I did the vocals for Phantoma on their trailer.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, Matt Fowler has been kind of MIA, but we've been talking and stuff. I think he's still planning on doing some more in the future.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so you do a lot of voice acting? How much are you actively doing that, I guess?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I have a also I do acting, and I've been in a few decent movies and stuff, but I'd like to get into voice acting. Yeah, that's cool.
You've been in a few decent movies? What does that mean?
Like bigger projects and stuff, like small roles
Oh, okay.
in big projects. Like I was a sheriff deputy in the latest Scorsese movie, and I was
what
in
was
Tulsa
that?
King, the Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, okay.
It's got DiCaprio and Robert De Niro in it.
Did you get to meet them, or were you just like not even on set on the same day?
No, I like my character arrests Robert De Niro, so we
What?
got some cool scenes in that. Yeah, and
You arrested Robert De Niro?
sure did. Kind of. I mean, I ended up not actually putting him in handcuffs, and the sheriff was like, "Hey, you don't need to do that," or whatever. So yeah, that and Tulsa King. I was an ATF agent in that. What was the other? American Underdog, the football movie with Zachary Levi, Anna Paquin. I was a football player in that movie. I just did another movie with Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore.
Oh my gosh.
I can't remember his real name. I play a cop in that. So I was a cop in real life for 9 years. So that's kind of how I got into it. Because
you've been all over the place.
Yeah. I've got some little bit experience in everything, but they like to have like real people, like real cops, to play roles whenever they can. So
Sure.
anything that's filming in Oklahoma and they need a cop, I am usually the go-to guy. So I got a pretty good little thing going.
Do you have an IMDb?
No.
Oh.
I need to make one. I had an agent, and I had a really cool role. And actually, because of like they looked at my Twitter, and the casting director called me and said that they got to drop me because I was liking Daily Wire posts and stuff like that.
What?
So,
Are
and
you
I
serious?
and I lost my agent at the same time, so I'm
What?
actually between agents at the moment.
You got canceled?
Yeah, like the smallest possible way.
They tried to cancel you, rather. Like,
I mean, they canceled me, but nobody cares. It's like
oh no.
I could go back into it, I'm sure, but
That's so messed up, though.
Yeah,
You
it's like,
liked the
it was gonna
Daily
be
Wire post. Like,
that
that's...
they specifically mentioned that.
God.
And they're like talking about Twitter, you know, you can't be associated with all this stuff, and like, you know, you like and you're retweeting the Daily Wire. Yeah, lost my agent, and I lost a role because of that.
That's crazy. That's totally crazy. I can't even believe that. I hate people.
I know. Which, it's funny enough, the same casting director is the one who casted me in this new one with Shooter McGavin. So I don't know if he just forgot or...
We're not going to mention it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. So...
That's so ridiculous. He probably doesn't even remember. It was like in the moment, and somebody was probably pressuring him. Probably some stupid like political crap. Oh my god.
Yeah. Pretty dumb.
It sounds like it didn't make you very angry, so I'll just be mad on your behalf. That's messed up.
It did, because it was a really cool role, and it was the biggest role that I had at that point, or still probably would have been the biggest role that I had. But it's also just, I have to say, it's so stupid. Like, it's too funny for me to get mad at, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know.
And you seem young. You could probably keep going.
Do what?
You seem young. You could probably keep going.
I seem young. Thank you. I'm 1 year from being 40. That's definitely over the hill for most people trying to get into acting. But with that, I was gonna say, like, I'm not really actively, like, really trying to get into it. So that's probably another reason I don't care. I'd rather draw.
That's fair. Mo said, "Fed Miller exposed." You're on
Fed. Not a real Fed. I was a pretend Fed.
Liking Daily Wire posts isn't so bad. Now, liking Daily Wire movies is a bit embarrassing.
I don't think I've never actually watched.
I haven't hated any of their movies so far. Like, I actually enjoyed them. Yeah.
So
the Gina Carano one was actually really good. I was very impressed.
That one I want to watch. I haven't seen it, but that one looks
good. Yeah, I would watch it. And then I think their first one was Run, Hide, Fight. That was about this
school shooter thing.
And I actually really enjoyed that one too. Like, the acting wasn't the greatest. In some parts it was like, okay, clearly this is maybe some of these kids' first time acting. But like, it was still pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. So Mo, I don't know what you're talking about. He also says the other Adam Lawson, has an IMDb, and that's where he learned about his involvement with the 12 Dogs of Christmas, which I'm glad I don't know what that is. It sounds terrible.
I don't know what that is. Adam's awesome. He's done a lot of cool stuff. He's a great writer too. His books are very engaging.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like his stuff. He's got a card in here too, in Iron Age Icons, St. George.
Oh, there you go. Just everywhere. Run, Hide, Fight was okay. They could have called it Die Hard, D-I-E hard.
Is there a lot of diversity in that?
I mean, no, I think he's just making a joke.
No.
Like, I guess... No, I mean, it looked like a high school. Like,
right.
There wasn't a focus on the diversity. Like, it was just a bunch of kids. Like, just a bunch of kids in a school, you know, trying to not die in a school shooting. So there was no
I should watch that.
active thing going on. DEI wise. Hold on just 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. Somebody was knocking on my door.
Knocking on your door at this time?
I know, right? How dare they?
Mm.
Now I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, so how much coding, this is a totally different subject than what we were just talking about, but how much coding goes into making a video game today? Because I've seen a lot of like kids, because I homeschool, I've seen a lot of kids supposedly learning coding, but it doesn't look like what it seemed like it did in even just the 90s when I was a kid, because there's a lot of like dragging and dropping things and creating puppets and stuff. Is that changed? Because it doesn't seem like coding to me. It seems kind of like cheating.
You still, like, if you want to make a game that is in any way like mechanically complex, or not even like anything more than just simple like moving around and collecting coins or something, you need to do like probably real coding for that. In whatever language it is. But there is a lot of like you're saying, like drag and drop stuff. I think that's how I learned, was by using that kind of thing.
Really? So that's effective tool for getting into it?
Yeah, so I what I did was because I don't have like a mathematical mind, which you really need for coding or learning how to do it. So what I did was there were two different, there was a Game Maker Studio. They had like you're saying, like a drag and drop coding thing. And then I had Construct 2, which has it's not the same kind of thing. It's coding, but you are dragging instead of typing in player dot, move left or whatever. You're dragging in what you want it to do, but it kind of is very similar to coding. And by using those two things, that's how it finally like clicked for me, like how to code. So that's how I learned to do it, is by using that stuff. I think it's great for teaching and for learning.
Well, that's good news, because whenever
you can't make super complex systems or games in general with that stuff.
Yeah, whenever I saw them working on it, I just think, is that even going to be helpful? Like, how does that teach anything?
Yeah, like I got like my girls, we got them like it's like learn to code stuff, and it's very basic, like tell this little dog like toy thing they have, like you say, like you push up on the little controller thing, push up again, then push right, and then it'll go up twice and then to the right, and whatever's collect the bone or whatever. I think that's more for kind of like what I was saying with how I learned to code, like kind of getting your brain to think in terms of code.
Think in code.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good news.
Yeah.
The first thing that my kid did was they said, make this basketball game, and it was just supposed to be this simple game where you threw the ball into this little hoop. But my kid got sick of not getting it in the hoop. So she changed the programming to where every time the ball hits the side of the little square, it multiplies. And that made it so she, no matter what, would eventually get points, because eventually there would be a whole bunch of basketballs going into the hoop. I was like, you just cheated.
That's funny. That's good learning. If she's trying to learn how to code, that's a great way
trying to cheat
to do it. Coding
cheated
to
the
cheat,
system.
So yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Like it. She didn't lose points, so that's all that mattered.
There you go.
Dean has entered the chat. He's got a card in there. He's got the embrace that you painted. That looks pretty sick. I don't think it's on the campaign page, but you show it in the trailer.
It's in the trailer, yeah. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that piece. It turned out it's one of my favorite ones. It just it's a super cool character. So, and it turned out pretty well, I think.
Yeah. Very, very dark and tragic. Mo said, with AI's progression, coders are going to have to learn to mine coal.
Yeah. It's going to be all of us, though.
I never used to think in code, but I was spending too much money on aluminum. I don't know if I get that joke.
I don't get
Fail.
it yet. Give me a minute. I'm going to think about it.
Sounds like Allie's daughter takes after her mom with the old Game Shark. That's right.
Were you a Game Sharker?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, I guess that's some lore I'm not aware of.
You don't know what a Game Shark is?
No, I do. I guess your history of Game Shark.
Oh, my lore. Allie lore.
Yeah.
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 I'm
Okay.
not good at video games, so somebody gave me Game Shark, and then I still wasn't good, but I could play it better and get through it. So
I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, Game Shark. The Game Shark was awesome. You could do a lot of cool stuff with it.
yeah, I still have it, and I still use it because I still have my PlayStation 1, even though it got run over by a car. It still works just fine.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. Still got my Game Shark. Allie never played. I played Final Fantasy VIII. I did. I played throughout the whole game. It doesn't matter that I had the Game Shark on, so that I had all my characters had a hero on them, because technically I still died. All my characters were invincible except Zell, and I still died. So I'm gonna say that I played. Okay, I was playing on retard, but I still played.
An RPG where you can't die. That's
Yeah.
That doesn't sound super fun to me, but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I like it. I'm not a gamer, and I understand that, which is why I don't demand that all of gaming change for me. I'll just pick the game that I like a lot, use the cheat codes, and play it that way. Make it as hard as you want. Just give me some cheat codes, or give the retard. What do they call it? The journalist.
Yeah,
game
mode.
journal mode. Yeah, I'll play it on that. I will never claim to be a gamer or good at gaming or tell you guys to make it easy just for me.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there are certain games I'm okay with making a super easy mode. It just depends on the game.
Yeah.
If you want to get in and just experience it, that's fine.
All my characters were invincible, but I still died. Nothing has changed. Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
Some person has entered. Welcome, some person. So, as an independent creator, what advice would you give to aspiring artists who want to do things?
It's probably the same thing that you hear everywhere, which is to just start doing it. A lot of people, they want to, like, if you want to make a comic book, just make a comic book. Or if you want to write, just write. If you want to learn to paint, just start painting. A lot of people feel like they need to wait until they're good enough or something before they start doing. But the best way to learn is to do it. And as far as painting or drawing even, doing master studies, I think is the quickest way to level up your skill, which is basically just go get a painting or a drawing of whoever your favorite artist is. And then you take that and you set it down, and right next to it, you try your best to copy it as good as you can. Not tracing or anything like that, because you're not going to learn anything that way. But doing the master study, that's the quickest way, whether it's drawing or painting, like I said. And everything that and you can also just do specific, like if you want to get better at hands, then, whatever hands you want to learn to paint, to draw, whatever. Just try to copy someone who already does it the way you wish you could do it. Yeah, just copy that a bunch. Or rendering techniques or whatever. Even with painting, I first started just doing black and white instead of doing full color. Like I would just do the value master study. I think that helped a lot. But every time you're working on something, some people just kind of go into autopilot and they just kind of mindlessly do whatever it is that they're drawing. But if you can have a more of an intentional learning mindset when you're doing it, I think you'll also get better then.
Oh, that is some good advice, I think.
Maybe. Works for me, at least.
Well, everyone, go and follow. I put in the chat. Follow him on Twitter because it sounds like he's got good stuff planned coming out with all sorts of things that you're doing with movies and games and cards and comics. Like,
yes. Well,
you are never gonna sleep.
I know. It's my curse. Yes.
But
please
that's
follow
good.
me on Twitter. That's where you'll get any updates or just whatever it is I'm working on. That's the best place to find it.
Yeah. And go check out Iron Age Icons. Remember, sharing is free. You never know. Well, my voice did something weird. You never know who is gonna enjoy it. So share it around. Check it out. Back it. Hopefully it can do really, really well so we can do another set, because I would definitely be putting in a character of mine to see if they would make the grade again. That would be quite sick. Because these are great. I think it's a great idea, and it's super cool, and it'll be nice to have to show off. And I can't believe you arrested Robert De Niro. That's insane.
I know. And I would do it again.
I would do it again. He was guilty.
That's right.
How are you taller than him?
Yeah. He's probably, I'm 6'1", he's probably 5'10", 5'9", something like that. Leonardo DiCaprio is a lot taller than I thought he would have been. He's like my height. I think he's like 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was so tall.
Maybe that's because
I was also his stand-in in that movie for a few scenes also.
Really?
Like the same height. Yeah. I mean, they just
give you like a wig?
No, because he wears my hair, it was about the same as his, and he's wearing a big like cowboy hat, so I just had to wear that. So
it's funny. Maybe people think he's shorter because maybe subconsciously he played a teenager so long that
that could be it.
People are just like, oh, he's just a kid, and then they meet him and oh, he's life size, like
yeah,
he's a real person.
You might be right. Yeah, I picture him being younger in my mind all the time. So
yeah, even though like he's an old man now.
I know. Yeah, he's getting old.
It's been a long time from him playing like that little retarded kid in the Johnny Depp movie to
Feel great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's kind of a weirdo, but I mean, who in Hollywood is not?
Right. I mean, yeah, that's just to be expected.
Is it boring on set? It seems like it'd be boring at times anyway.
It depends. Yeah, there is usually a lot of sitting around because I mean you'll spend all day doing one scene. It'll take all day to do it because they're setting up the shot, and they're especially on big projects like that one where they are changing every little set detail over and over and over, and calibrating the cameras and doing all that. But it takes forever. But the actual filming part is pretty fun. And if you were doing like on Tulsa King, we got to like blow up a house in one of the scenes that I was in. So that was fun. and doing stuff
That
like
would
that.
be fun.
There's like a big in the last movie that I was filming in. There's like a big bar fight scene, so that one was fun. So yeah, just depends on what's going on, but there's a lot of sitting around and waiting.
So on your like actor's resume, does it say like was real law enforcement, and then like that's an enticement to?
Yeah.
That is so
you
funny.
put your experience, like, because they usually want to know like everything. Because I fought MMA for a little while before I was a cop.
Oh my
So
gosh.
putting that sort of thing on there helps a lot. In like any kind of skill that you have, like you'll put on there, whether or not you think it'll have anything to do with anything, because sometimes it does.
You've done a lot of crazy stuff.
I know. I don't know what my deal is. I can't just not do stuff.
I can't just not do stuff.
I like to do fun stuff. What can I say? I like to party.
Party.
I like to party. But,
That's funny.
you only live once, so go out there and do stuff.
YOLO.
Yep.
They're trying to get me to play this video game that I don't want to play.
Salmon.
Yeah. Do you know what video game I want to play? They're releasing a game where it's like Animal Crossing, except you're a hobbit instead. Like you just straight up make a hobbit hole. Yeah, and you go fishing and do hobbit things. I was like, that sounds like me. I want to play that. There's no, it's not hard. I'm just farming and decorating and doing girl things.
Smoking your weed. Do you get to smoke the weed? The hobbit weed?
I don't know. But I do know Weta, like actual Weta Workshop, worked on it. So it's got to be good, right?
Yeah. That's cool. I need to look into that one. I've seen like the announcement and stuff, but I haven't watched any videos or if there are any. But that's a really good idea. They should have done that a long time ago. There's a ton of stuff in Lord of the Rings they should have done.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the art style, but it looks like it'll be really like relaxing and cool, and so yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Cool. See,
Dean says it looks terrible.
I don't know what it looks like. They should have made it look like the Hildebrandt brothers. I don't know if you know, when they did this whole Lord of the Rings like series of paintings. It should look like that.
They should have, but it doesn't look like that. It kind of the colors are kind of flat, but I'm willing to forgive it because it's possible that it's not done yet. But also because I really like the idea and I want to do it.
Yeah, no, it's a cool idea.
It does look kind of like a mobile game, but it's not a mobile game. It's on Steam.
Okay. Is it already? It's not out yet, is it? Is it out?
No, it's wish list. But
hell, he's a narc.
Yeah, they're saying I'm a narc, but I'm only a narc if it's like kids. Like what?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think kids should be doing illegal stuff.
I was in the gang unit, so I had a lot of informants and stuff. So I'm used to narcs.
Snitches. So you approve of my narcness?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ha!
You can make money doing it.
What?
Yeah.
You can make money being a narc?
Well, yeah, a lot of CIs they're like, usually if you sign someone up, usually it depends on what they got caught for and how serious it is. But if you
I don't want to be a criminal though. I don't want to start
you don't. Well, you can also, a lot of them will, because they're working off their charges, so they'll do 3 or 4 deals or whatever, and then after that, a lot of them like to stick around because then you just pay them like a couple $100 for.
Oh, but I don't have like a criminal history. I just would have told on my friends.
Well, if you just get a hold of, I don't know who it is. I don't know why I'm telling you how to be a CI. You don't want to be a CI. That's not you can make money, but you won't get rich. I recommend it for bad guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably
if you're
not for
bad,
good
I'm not a bad guy.
There we go. Yeah, maybe not then.
You probably don't make much money as an informant for busting people for underage beer drinking, Allie. Yeah, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Like,
there's not a big market for that in the.
Forgive me for wanting kids to not do grown-up stuff, Mo. Jeez.
Yeah. You know, being a father, I agree with you. I obviously did things that I probably shouldn't have when I was a kid, but I don't want my kids doing a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I'm a mom and I agree. I didn't do any of that stuff, though, because my friends knew I would tell on them, so they just didn't tell me. And I just spent
So
a
you've
lot of
always
time...
been a narc.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time alone thinking that my friends were grounded a lot.
Yeah, that was the excuse, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm grounded.
Mm.
But they were also doing criminal stuff. Like, they were shoplifting and stuff, so...
Maybe they're CIs now, informants.
They're not,
Could
but
be.
yeah, that would be funny if they were.
You might not know, but
I might not know.
Yeah, because it's confidential. That's the C
That's
in
true.
the CI.
Well, I thought it was criminal informant.
Confidential.
Oh,
Now you know.
that makes more sense. Oh my gosh, duh.
Yeah.
She cared about their health except when she was performing black magic on them. What? I was never a witch. What are you guys talking about? They're doing a false witch hunt on me.
No. Were your friends witches?
No.
No.
No, they were all like super basic. I was the only like kid who wore black and stuff. Like, that was just me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, well, there was one time where there was this like crazy girl who didn't like me, and she started a rumor that I was a witch, so I like messed with her. I put a candle on her desk and just like stared at her.
So you don't deny that you've cast black magic on kids before?
I did not cast black magic on her. I pretended to cast a spell on her. That's not the same.
Okay.
I was the only. Allie was about to say witch. I was not! Lies. Calumny. Sheesh. Do you think you'd ever get into like making a movie and not acting in one, or is that too much work?
No, that would be awesome. Like what it takes to make a comic book is down here. What it takes to make a video game is up here, and then a movie is like up here.
Yeah.
At least if you want it to be good. So I've got another project that I have done like some prototypes and stuff for. I want to make a Western, like a beat 'em up, like, you know, the old Ninja Turtles game and stuff, except the visual style is like Mortal Kombat, so you have real actors doing it, and then also have cutscenes that are like old school FMV style cutscenes where it's like a scene of the characters doing whatever. So it's like a movie video game hybrid, which I've done some tests for that, and it would be kind of cheesy looking on purpose. So that's obviously how you can save on your budget. But I'd love to like make movies and stuff. That'd be cool.
I was actually going to ask you, you must like Mortal Kombat because you have the machine back there.
I do, yeah. No, I was all about that game when I was a kid.
So you're really good at it?
I was the best kid in my neighborhood at Mortal Kombat, and then once I got older and online games were more of a thing, I realized I wasn't that good.
Oh no.
But I had all the, like in Mortal Kombat 3, for all the characters, I had all the moves, all the combos, and all the fatalities like memorized for all of them.
Golly.
Yeah, I was all about it.
And whenever I would get the time to play with somebody's like brother or something, I'd just like jump and kick over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure that gets frustrating for someone who's like, I'm going to learn all the special things. And then I'm just like, ah.
Yeah. So some games that works though, like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, you can kind of do that. Mortal Kombat 3, you can't really get away with it. Some of like Street Fighter 2, you can get away with that. If you have Chun-Li, you can just do her kicks.
What
and
about
do pretty good.
Tekken?
I never got into Tekken. I played Tekken a little bit, but I wasn't huge into Tekken. Do you play Tekken?
You are a Mortal Kombat fan.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
What about the movies?
I like the movies. I like the first one, especially for the time. It's a decent movie. The second one, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, was pretty terrible. It's hard to like. It's not even like funny, really. Parts of it is, but it's not. It's not even fun to watch. The new one was not very good. It had a lot of cool scenes in it, but like the story itself was pretty terrible. But they did pretty good with the characters.
So is Mortal Kombat your favorite video game, or do you have a different favorite?
No, I'm a Zelda kind of
Zelda.
guy. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yep. I play more Nintendo stuff. Mario.
What do you like about Zelda?
Everything. The adventure, the exploration, that sort of thing. That's been like Zelda was one of the first, like the original Zelda was one of the first games I remember playing. So it's always been like my top franchise.
Do you you enjoy like breaking vases and stuff?
Yeah, cutting grass.
Yeah,
throwing vases. Yeah,
there you go.
Stealing rupees. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I actually like the newest one is probably my favorite game of all time, which is kind of weird to say because it's pretty new, but I think it's my favorite game.
Okay. Mo says it sounds like Batman Returns for Sega Genesis, except if there was a Sega CD version.
Yeah, talking about the Western game I was talking about. Kind of, the way it looks, except it'd be good instead of not good.
It'd be good instead of not
good. Yeah. That game was stiff.
Stiff.
Yeah.
I think Allie is a Mortal Kombat fan. She sometimes refers to Marsupial as Sub-Zero. I don't think they've done that. Allie mostly played Sabrina the Teenage Witch on Game Boy Color. Incorrect! On my Game Boy Color, which I did have, I had Pokemon Pinball.
Oh yeah, that's a good game.
I never won all of the little things, though. I think I got like a quarter of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had, what's it called? I had Battleship. And I had the A Bug's Life game, which I couldn't get far at all. Like I got halfway through the first level. And that's it.
Can't say I ever played those. Not Battleship and not Bug's Life.
You should play Pinball of the Dead on Game Boy Advance. Do you know what I liked, actually? I liked the DS quite a bit. It was the only like handheld that I've ever used that felt natural. I'd never been able to play any Mario until somebody let me play it on their DS, and I actually had fun and got quite far. I was pretty proud.
Cool. But, no Game Shark needed.
Yeah, no Game Shark needed. It was actually quite shocking. Like,
Sweet.
I had a lot of fun with the DS. Yeah, Metroid Prime Pinball.
Yes.
I like pinball, but it's like weird on a video game thing. I'd rather play it like on a machine and get to hear the clicking and stuff. And
well, it's like reading comics on an iPad versus reading a comic in your hand. They're both great, but I'd rather be reading a real comic.
Yeah, I can see the value in reading it like digitally before you buy it, maybe. Or having a digital copy so that, a physical copy can retain its perfection or something. But I would still rather read with paper. Plus, the paper is going to be there whether I have internet or electricity or whatever. Like, it'll always be there in my hand, and I can smell it, you know, and feel the paper. It's, yeah.
Yep,
Allie only likes pinball video games if they have Pokemon. I don't even really like Pokemon. I was never a Pokemon kid. I liked Digimon, but not Pokemon.
Digimon, digital
monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, I was gonna say earlier on the subject of making movies. So, Egg Beater was supposed to be a movie, and I tried for the better part of a decade to put together a movie. And the inability to do that just because it's so much was part of why I was just like, I'm just gonna do comic, because it'll still be out there, and translating it from movie script to comic script was it wasn't easy, but it was a natural sort of flow.
Yeah, it's doable for sure. Yeah, it's hard to get a movie made. Like, even a low budget. I mean, just trying to find a handful of actors that can act is hard enough, let alone get equipment that is decent and places to film, like different, if you have to have a set or if you're filming on location somewhere, like the whole thing is just a process. Or obviously, you know, if you're pitching to studios and that sort of thing, I don't know anything about that, but I can't imagine it's easy.
No, I was gonna do all of the makeup and effects all by myself to save money. So I had learned all that in school partially, and then like through you know, YouTube videos and watching you know, special features of movies and all that. And I had done some testing. I had found a director, and the problems really came, like you said, with finding locations, because I can't drive.
Like, you don't know how to drive?
I know how, kind of, but I have seizures, so I can't drive.
Okay.
So it was going to be a whole extra expense just to get me anywhere. Just me.
Yeah.
And obviously I have to be there if I'm doing the, you know, I wasn't directing, but I'm doing all the effects, so I have to be on set. Yeah. And the person that I wanted to play Egg Beater lives in Colorado, and it's like, I would have to figure that. So I just called it off and made comics. So
yeah, it's a huge undertaking, a lot more than people realize.
Yeah, it's
not like just finding an artist and making a comic or whatever, you know.
Yeah, so that's why I was asking you about being on set and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I probably would not want to do like crew work, because they're really busy and they don't get to do the real fun stuff. So I don't know. There are some of them that really like their job, so I'm sure they have fun. But there is a lot of downtime if you're not on the crew.
Well, yeah, and do you really want to be standing there holding like the giant microphone above somebody's head for, you know, a billion hours? Like,
yeah.
I imagine it's like sweaty, and you know, everyone around you can smell you, and like
most sets are really hot because they can't, like, they can't have air conditioners running and stuff like that because it messes up with the sound. So it's usually they'll bring in like a big like a portable air conditioner tube that running from outside, and then every like take they have to pull it out and get it all tucked away, you know, behind the set and stuff. But yeah, it's usually really hot. Like the Killers of the Flower Moon, like we were filming, I mean, for a while, but like in July, we were filming a a nighttime scene where we had to. It was supposed to be the winter, but it was in July, so we're wearing like wool jackets because they're all like period. It's a period piece, so wool pants, wool jackets, and it was miserable. And inside all the buildings, because it's set up like 1920s, 1930s, small town in Oklahoma, so all the different buildings were burning up. And like the butcher shop, I was in the butcher shop, and they had real pig carcasses hanging, like
Oh my God.
like a butcher shop, and they smelled so bad because they had been up there for like, I think they left them up for like 3 or 4 days at a time, and then they'd get a couple new ones, after that.
Oh my God.
But, yeah, those things stank.
That sounds awful.
stuff like that on set that people also
Do you
don't
ever
realize.
just like, do you ever swipe anything from set so you can remember it?
No, I meant to take, so on Tulsa King, all the ATF agents, their ID badge, all of them, all the pictures on those for the guys was actually me. So for every single character, it was my face that was on there, because it's it's just a little prop that nobody's actually going to pay attention to, and so that way they didn't have to make a real ID for every single, because there was a dozen ATF agents, so they just used my picture.
It was just you.
It's funny, I don't remember where they took the picture. I don't remember taking it, so I have no idea where they got it from. But yeah, I wanted to take that.
Are you credited as like guy on the ID?
No, no. That would be funny.
They're just like, he's the policeman here, and he's also the guy on all the IDs.
Yeah, all the IDs. No, I didn't get that credit, but I should have.
What's the holdup on Tulsa King season 2? I can only blame Adam, says Bo.
Well, you know what? I think Stallone actually didn't like filming in Oklahoma, so they're filming in Atlanta. So, not me. I'm not in season 2.
Aw.
Not on me.
Are there a lot of movies that film in Oklahoma?
It's gotten big in the last few years. There's usually a couple, like Twisters. We just did Twisters, the sequel to Twister.
I was going to say, is that the sequel to Twister?
It is. Pretty clever name. They just filmed that. So there's like probably a couple major productions that are filmed every year here. And TV shows and smaller projects. But I guess like the state, like a few years ago, they made some laws that give pretty big like tax breaks and stuff to filmmakers. So I think that's what really drew them in.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Otherwise, no, I wouldn't even be doing it. But yeah,
well,
a lot of films around here, so it makes it easy.
If they're not making anything close, then of course not.
Right. Yeah.
Did you like fall into it, or did you purposely hire an agent to get you to do it because you just felt like doing it?
No, I started doing background work. Which it was the Killers of the Flower Moon. They were hiring like 2 or 3 years before they started filming, and they were hiring just a lot of local people, to play townspeople and stuff like that. So I just me and my brothers, we just like all sent our stuff in, and then for some reason filming was postponed. I don't know if I think one of the actors or somebody had another project they had to do first or something, and then I got a couple calls to do other background work for some other stuff, and then from there kind of networked a little bit. But the reason I did just kind of fall into it with all the cop stuff, just because, like I said, they're usually looking either for background people or for small roles and stuff. They want it like actual police officers who, they know how to move or how to hold a gun or whatever, that sort of thing. They like to have people who look convincing. So that's how I fell into it. And then I just mostly play cops and that sort of thing. So
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do your kids think it's cool? The
Yes, the other day, my youngest, we were looking on like Amazon or something, and there was a picture of the buff dude that everybody's mad at, the Reacher guy. And she looked at it and she's like, "Daddy, is this you on one of your shows?" I was like, "That's not me, but thank you very much for thinking that was me."
You're like, yes, my CGI'd my body, and yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that was funny. So I still think about that and feel good about myself every now and then. But the problem is most everything I've done they can't watch because it's not appropriate for kids. So they watched my football movie because that was a family movie, but I was wearing a helmet and pads, so you couldn't tell it was me. And they should
I promise
be able to
that's
watch...
me, kids.
Yeah, and they should be able to watch the newest one that I did. I think it's a family movie. So, but yeah, I think it's cool.
Do they make you sign things where you aren't allowed to talk about what goes on set?
Yeah, most of the bigger ones, yeah. Like Twisters, I can't talk about, and like Killers of the Flower Moon, you're not even supposed to say you're in it. Like tell people that you're in it.
Oh no.
And or you can't say who is in it and stuff.
Okay.
Like on Twisters, there may be someone who fans of the original may be happy to see. Stuff like
Golly,
that.
I can't even remember the movie, so
That's an awesome movie. It was also filmed in Oklahoma. That was Oklahoma's first big movie.
I have it on VHS.
Actually,
and
yeah.
I watched it a few times, and I guess I liked it, but I didn't like it enough to watch it more. I don't know.
It looked really cool back then too, like the tornadoes and stuff. The effects were really good back then.
I guess I'd have to see if the effects still hold up.
I think they're all right. Yeah, I'll watch it every couple years, like around tornado season around here. I like to watch it.
Oh my god. Adam got canceled because they misheard him complaining about all the chiggers in the area with a hard R. I don't think that's Itmo, but that's funny. That's a very Midwest joke.
Yeah.
Nobody from Australia is gonna get that joke.
Right.
So that's good. Well, Felix is sharing the link again. Any parting final words?
No, this was fun. It was good to talk to you. Good to meet you. Thank you everybody in the chat for showing up and hanging out. Please, if you haven't backed, consider it. I think there's a lot of value in what you would get if you do decide to back. And I think it's going to be pretty cool. So thank you everybody for checking it out.
Yeah, go check him out on Twitter and follow him.
Mm-hmm.
He's also on his Fund My Comic. It looks like he's got all sorts of website links, so you can go see his online portfolio and stuff.
There you go.
And thank you, everyone. Oh, there you go. The link. Hell the panel. Hell the chat. Thank you, everyone, for watching. That's all for now, but I'm sure that there will, most definitely, as I'm stalling to find my outro thing, be more. Good night.
How many MCs are coming out real? Like you been to hold me, I'ma check my field. You claim to be a genius, man, you can't fight it. You might flip a script, but you know you didn't write it. I'm coming up at you really old school like Houdini. The ibbity rock my boom boom like Mancini. Feed me, hip hop exotic like Kiwi. I got more power than the Rangers on the TV. Jumping on the track, spinning to better than I dismount. My styles are more free than the 5-finger discount. Lift me in your mind and pass me the brain shovel. I'm thinking, baby, all my mentals into your level with the boom boom bitty rock to the bang. If you swing your thing with the gang, you can hang. Come and ride with me and the nocturnal crew. To the old school for the deja vu. I whip a track in half with more jazz in Utah. Deeper like a tuba, dive into it like a scuba. After my style change, gang will remain. Rhyming to the day I nick Big Daddy's cane. I'm sick of New Jacks trying to compete. I go put on my Pumas and watch Beat Street. But I'ma let them know cause my soul's full of mischief. Even your moms will say, damn, the kid's sweet. A lot of rappers coming out harder than work.